The setting is essential to your experience. What you saw, what you heard, what you smelled, what you felt. It doesn't exist. Your story doesn't exist without a setting. And you need to focus on that first because it will help you with your narrative processing. It will help you to look at and remember what you went through, where you went through it, how you went through it, what everything was going on around you as it happened.
Hypervigilance is how we survive through challenges. It's how we get through a combat situation. It's how we get through any situation that's a threat to our lives. The problem with it is that it becomes second nature the longer you stay in it. And the longer it becomes second nature, the longer it stays with you after the event. But it's not always a weakness. We have to remember our hypervigilant memories from that time when we were under threat. This will allow us to see ourselves in that hypervigilant mode and maybe help us to learn to get out of it when we're out of a threat zone. So you're in hypervigilant mode. You're going through a village, you're doing whatever, your weapons at the ready, all your senses are at the ready, and all you're paying attention to is the details around you. But nothing happens right away. So you start to think. Maybe you see somebody doing their laundry, or maybe a bug lands on the muzzle of your rifle. Some tiny little detail that doesn't seem like it belongs happens. And your mind starts to think then. You're still on hypervigilance, but you're also thinking. And you're also creating scenarios in your head. It's good to write about those scenarios as they developed while you were on hypervigilant mode because it gives you an insight into how your mind was working. And it also captures that moment of setting that's different than the hypervigilant. You're still hypervigilant, but you're also thinking at the same time. And it's sort of contrast, but it also helps you to understand your mindset and helps your audience, if you're writing for an audience, to understand your mindset. This is an example of writing from within a combat zone by Robert Graves, who was a World War I veteran. Robert was already a writer before he enlisted in World War One, so he had a background in it. But he gives a good description. And this book, the entire book, obviously is worth reading. It's free. You can find it at the Internet Archive. It might be on Project Gutenberg as well. It gives you an internal and external view of the war because it's written as a memoir. But this is just an example of how he wrote setting just in the beginning when he was just going in. He was young, he was green, he was going in to battle. Okay, go deep into your memory now, into your hypervigilant memory. Remember your senses, everything that was going on around you as far as your sensory inputs are concerned. Don't worry about so much who was with you, what you were wearing, what you were carrying, any of those things. I mean, if you were carrying something and it was eating into your back, then that's part of setting. Like your rucksack is eating into your back, or your rifle is unslung, or you don't know where your rifle is. And I hope you're not a Marine if that happened. And think about it and write it down. It doesn't have to be in order, but write down all those little details of that memory, all those details of when the action was actually happening. Whether it was right before it happened or when it was happening, the details that you remember. You don't have to put them in complete sentences. Just write them down. You can list them however it works for you.